Hello awesome people, what is going on? It is BradPhusion here and welcome back to more Space Engineers Ascension. So in the last episode we had just combined the Arcs and the Somnus together to form one large ship, and we are still missing Primetis. However, we will fly those two pieces over there in due time. Now we are currently held back by the lack of gold, which I actually noticed when taking a screenshot for my thumbnail, that there actually was quite a bit of gold down below. So we will be acquiring that today and then finishing off those thrusters that you see on the back of the Somnus section of the station, or of the main ship that we are actually building. I still haven't decided on a name for the whole thing yet, though I've got a few things in my mind that I'm kind of considering here. But nonetheless, we'll be taking this ship back with us. Now this ship is a mining ship primarily, and the music just kicked in all dramatic as I was looking at this tiny mining ship. But anyways, let me dial up the gate here to go towards Somnus, which it already is done so. Now, admittedly, and I'm kind of going to apologize briefly for the lack of episodes as of late. Now, the Stargates have been kind of on and off, at least the mod itself, simply because the Space Engine is updating and then the mods get broken and so on, so I kind of had to wait a little bit for the mod to actually be fixed. Now, let me make sure we actually have quite a fair amount of... we do have a bit in here, not too much, but that should apparently last us quite long enough. Now, I don't know if this thing can actually fit through a gate. I don't think it can, which is kind of troubling, so that means that we might actually have to rework the... Oh no, hang on. No, this I don't think will fit. Oh, that's disappointing. Maybe if we went sideways? Not sideways, but well, I guess this is kind of sideways, isn't it? Oh, that might work, but I don't want to really risk it either. What we can do, admittingly, is we can get rid of the connector on the bottom there. Now that isn't 100% necessary, but it would be nice, obviously. That, or we can just collect the gold via another ship somehow, though we don't really have any other ships that we can use. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fly this thing upside down, or sideways, to actually get through the gate here. This will be sketchy. I'm going to say that now. This might not work, but it might as well. So let's try this, shall we? This is going to be risky. And we have actually made it through in one piece, I think. Indeed we did. Okay, awesome. So let us leave here now, and we'll come out the side here where at least... No, that is the wrong side of the ship, Brad. Let me spin around real quick here. It's kind of disorientating when you come through a Stargate initially. Let's come out here, and this should be where the gold depository actually is. Which is just down here. There it is. There's plenty of gold. I knew I saw it in the screenshot. I wasn't lying to you. But anyway, let's come down here, and we'll fast forward through the mining section, obviously. But this should allow us to acquire a ton of gold. So I'm going to grind here for a bit, and I'll see you guys in a little while. Okay, so there we have it. Now the gold ore is processing. Now we did gather quite a fair amount here, and I've actually already made quite a few changes, or at least quite a few of the components we actually need. So what I'll do is I'll take back some of these with me through Skara, which shouldn't be too hard given the capacity that we can actually carry here. And what I'll do is I'll actually let it produce more whilst we're actually waiting. So I'll make this, say, maybe about another 200 or so of them, and maybe about another 100 of, maybe 200 of these. That way we actually have some in reserve if we actually need it. Now, admittedly, we do have a little bit inside of here. I don't think we actually have too much. No, we don't have much at all, but we do have some. So what we need to actually do, I think, is take some off. Oh no, there is some capacity down here. I was actually mistaken. Not much at all, because now we just filled it again. But what I can do is I can take out some of these steel plates, because these aren't really needed. So what I'll do is I'll put these back in here real quick. And I'll take out these steel plates, which again aren't really necessary right now. And that should at least free us up some capacity here. And we'll put these over here as well. And then, where are these going? Are these going to a container? I think they are. There's some of them here. I'll put you in real quick. And that still hasn't filled us up. And now we should be able to take some of these superchargers with us. Now I don't think there's any more in reserve anywhere, so we should be fine to take this back, and I think that's it, actually. Okay, sweet. So that's actually finished creating all that we asked it to do in such a short amount of time. Let's see if this is enough. It might not be, but at least we can easily kind of just come back here in case we actually need any more, and I'll carry the rest on me, I guess, until we actually need them. But yeah, okay, so let's head back now. So this is dialing obviously towards the right place. We'll get that dialed, then we'll go through the gate. Bit clustery here with all the ships and everything, but it's no big deal. Okay, here we are. Now we just got to go around the backside and finish off the welding, which again shouldn't take too long, considering I think again the only things we were really missing were those two components. But this should at least allow us to gauge how much speed we have once this thing actually gets turned into a ship. And again, we're not too far away from Primetus anyways, so let's go back over here, go through the camera view, and let us resume welding, just to see how much this will actually do. Hopefully it'll finish welding all of it, but I can't say for sure. Come on, thrusters, come online. No, I'm still missing something. What am I missing now? I think I might be missing, maybe construction components, but I highly doubt that. I don't know what I'm missing, actually. Let me come up here, and what I'll do is I'll quickly just jump out here and have a look and see what it is that we actually need. So out we go. And what are we missing today? We're actually missing a lot of things. And how have we not got... We probably didn't even have the superchargers necessary. Not the superchargers, the amount of thruster components. So we'll need a ton of them. And construction components, I thought you had plenty of. If I come quickly down here, let me just check your inventory real quick. Because again, I thought I had plenty, but maybe they were put into the wrong container. So now that we're actually up here, let me just check your containers and everything. And make sure they're all in the right area. So you do have plenty in here, it's just they're not inside the welder itself. Therefore it's actually having issues welding with it. So what we'll do is we'll try to drag across as much as we can in here. And we'll drag back some of these over here as well. That way, again, we should have what we need to finish this off, and we need some of you as well. How much space do we have left? We have plenty. So there we go. That should now be enough, but we still want to take out some more. So what I'll do is I'll go over to it's my own inventory. I'm not too full here, so I'll take out what I can. Most likely, at least as much as that as possible. And I'll put these down here as well. And then that should be still close enough, but not quite there yet. So, we'll put some more of these up here. So we're just kind of swapping these around, basically. But there we go. So we have all them done, all these here, and then we'll go with you as well. There we go. Now that should hopefully allow us to continue welding. Let's come up here again, and there we go. Okay, please, oh please allow me to finish. Let's go back here, and let's see if this is all we needed. Now, I probably should have checked for any of the other resources as well, but I believe that we should actually have enough here. There we go. We now have some engines coming online. And there we go. These actually look kind of nice. I actually really like how these engines look, hence why I'm using them so much more than any others. They just have just simple look, and I like the orange color. So obviously my channel is based around orange and white, so you can kind of, I guess, make the connections there. But no, it's probably one of my favorite engine thruster mods, I guess you could say. But anyway, I'm going to fast forward through welding what we currently have here. No, actually no, there's only one little line here left anyway, so we'll just quickly get this done. I don't think we have the thruster components necessary. But who knows, maybe we actually do have enough. Well, there we go. We've actually built all the thrusters needed, at least all the thrusters we have placed so far. So let us see what this actually gives us in terms of acceleration. So what I'll do now is let me just quickly fix that. Actually no, I won't fix that, the turrets here. A lot of people noticed that these were actually flashing. I had actually grinded them down because they were targeting me quite consistently. But we'll just get rid of them for now anyways. We'll put them back up in due time. But for now, I just want to kind of get rid of them. So anyway, let me dock real quick and let me convert this thing into a ship. And then let us see how much speed we actually have with these few thrusters that we've actually placed on the side of this thing now. So down here we go. Now, admittedly, I don't think the landing gear will lock in straight away, simply because when I change it over to a station, or change it over to a ship more so, it'll actually kind of unlock the landing gear anyways. So in here we are. Let us go to a convert to ship, and let us actually quickly go back here, lock this thing in, and then we'll resume our flying. So come down here, like so, locked in, dampeners off. Okay, we are all good to fly. Let us see what slow speeds we can actually achieve. So, thrusting forth, now. Actually, not too bad considering. I actually thought we'd take a lot longer to get up to speed there. So we're actually moving at a decent pace. Admittedly, turning around is a pain in the ass, but we've actually, again, picked up quite a considerable amount of speed in such a short amount of time. We might actually begin our journey towards Prometheus here. Now again, obviously I did say I would build some more thrusters, and I will do that. I just wanted to see what sort of acceleration we would have with just these few thrusters that we've actually built so far. And from what I can tell, from what I've built so far, it's actually quite a decent amount of acceleration for such a large ship. So again, I'm still going to build more thrusters, but this is actually turning out rather nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around to face Prometheus, because again, we don't really have too many other thrusters in any other directions. So obviously I'd like to add them as well. So I might head back towards the Outpost Alpha, build some more thruster components and some more of those superchargers, and then just place a few more around the ship in strategic places that would actually allow me to easily maneuver the ship then. So now is the phase where we're actually building the thrusters necessary to maneuver. But anyway, we're slowly rotating around, and again, we have 4 gyroscopes, and this is how fast we are actually turning with those 4 said gyroscopes. Very slowly, but we're still turning around nonetheless. And here we are trying to angle ourselves downwards as well, and we might start turning off the dampeners here. Turn off the dampeners, and rotate ourselves around once more. I probably should have done that with both hands, but nonetheless, it worked out anyways. So there we are slowing down now. Now this should allow us to use the gate travel to bring stuff back with us, but nonetheless, it is working out rather nicely. Now what I can do, just to save time as well, is to remove those thrusters from the arc section of the ship and move them to where we can actually utilize them for thrusters. Let me just, before ending today's episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly around the ship and just kind of figure out exactly where we can place sideways thrusters in all the other directions mostly. So let us undock from here. Let us just quickly have a look. So obviously we have the thrusters on the back that are used for forward momentum. Now where would the best place be for side thrusters? I was thinking maybe in here, in these a few sections of the walls here. Have a few there, but then that would kind of cut off that landing pad, only just slightly. And then maybe some in here as well, some along the wall here. I'm still trying to figure this out, because this here is the center of the ship mostly. So this is kind of where you'd think the thrusters would more so be. So maybe like here, and then on the other side as well, and you'd have Prometheus on the front. That seems like the better option of all things that we have. So maybe that is something I will actually end up doing. Because again, that can kind of be done from the inside as well, if you think about it. If I come inside here and actually grind down that wall, At least if I figure out what wall's what, I actually should be able to do that with relative ease. So if I come over here real quick, again, it'll be kind of hard to judge just by looking at it like this, but I believe it would be those sections. But anyway, I'm just going to quickly grind on this and just have a look, just to see where exactly this puts me. And if this puts me in the right place, then that's perfect. That allows me to, you know, do what needs to be done. I think that actually is the right place. What a guess. Okay, that's kind of perfect. So what we'll do in the next episode, or in between, I'll probably do this in between this episode and the next one, just to save you guys time. I'll build all the thrusters on the side here so that we can actually maneuver around quite well. And we actually have a DHD that I still have to remove, but this is working out rather nicely. We actually have a massive base here that's turning out really nicely, and I can't wait to see how this thing actually looks when it's finally done. But anyways, that'll have to do it for today's episode. My apologies for it being rather short, as the game is still a little bit buggy for me right now with performance issues and such, which I've tried to hide through editing. At least hopefully editing me will try to hide these few issues that I've been having. But I'm hoping that in the next day or so these issues will be resolved. They're mostly mod orientated, but nonetheless, I'll leave those details to myself. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay awesome.